back to Mitch Ella, your #1 travel channel, and today we find ourselves at none other than JW Marriott San Antonio Hill Country Resort and Spa. And with a name like that, you know everything is bigger in Texas, but today we'll be reviewing the entire hotel. I'm sandwiched in between sprinklers, so I'm moving. We'll be reviewing the entire hotel and making sure that you know what to expect before you book here. All the amenities, the water parks, the golf courses, everything they have to offer. We'll be doing it together, so without further ado, let's get into it. First impressions, we make it through these giant doors. You get hit with a blast of fresh air because it is 90 degrees outside. We are in Texas, and the smell alone is so welcoming and fresh and clean, but we make it over to the right side. That's where the check-in is. Yesterday it was really busy when we got here, and they got us in right away, so plenty of desks, don't worry about that. And then there's all these seating areas if you needed to wait by, but behind me is the beautifully landscaped area. There's so many restaurants to choose from, and I'm gonna take you through all of them. So we come down these steps to the lower level. It's kind of what I just showed you before, where all the restaurants are. Now last night, because we've been here for one night, it was popping in here. It was so lively. There was so many people at this bar in particular, but all this seating behind me was completely filled. But I wanted to point out a couple things. So location for this hotel. Like it has built into the name, it's in San Antonio. But it is about 25 minutes away from the San Antonio airport. It's about 25 minutes away from the famous river walk if you wanted to take a day away from the resort and explore locals, the local scenery, as well as 25 minutes away from the Alamo, if that is up your alley. So it's pretty centralized for being in Texas. Everything's really spaced apart in Texas, so just keep that in mind if you don't have a car, if you're not from here, if you end up renting a car, or if you're just driving in from town. Next thing is that it's pretty empty in here, as you can see, but that's because there is so much to do here. This is a very, how do I say, isolated resort where they have everything you could possibly need and more, so you don't really need to leave. That being said, there's water parks outside I'm going to tour you guys through. There's the restaurants like I just mentioned, 6 different ones. There's acres and acres of golf course to explore as well. And so if you come here, you don't need to leave, and you really have a harder time leaving because it is more isolated. So keep that in mind as well. As the sign said, it's Cibolo room, and this is kind of the casual dining, multifaceted. The menu changes throughout the day. Over here, let me show you a little bit. I'm trying to be quiet because there's people in here. But there is this huge place that's usually the buffet that comes out between 7 and 11, and it's $33, and you can have all you can eat. So if you're a breakfast person, I hear the menu is outstanding. Then they have a lunch menu, then they have an in-between afternoon menu, then they have dining as well. So it's still that casual feel, but then it elevates a little bit to steak. So this is where I feel like the majority of food is eaten, but I'm gonna take you to the High Velocity, which is where I ate last night. Phenomenal burger, so you can get a feel for that. More of a sports bar though. I forgot to mention, actually they just put this new installment of the pizzeria. I was talking to the tech that's working on it right now. Now I'm here in June of 2024, so it should be releasing in the next couple weeks and be up to date. So there'll be pizza on site, because I did watch a couple other vlogs and they were talking about how people order pizza and have it delivered here because they don't want to leave, but now they do it in-house. How nice is that? I'll act like your hostess. Welcome to the High Velocity Sports Bar. We are currently closed. Just so you know, there is chain link that is stopping people from coming in, but at night this place is crazy. I don't know if you can see it, but up here, this swirly wall is actually live TV screens that people are watching sports because it's a sports bar. But you're gonna get your standard burger, bar food, barbecue wings, all those things. I would definitely check it out if you are in love with sports or if you need a late night snack. This is the place that's open the latest till midnight. We actually went to order room service and it was taking so long and they close at 10. And so we ended up coming down here, and pro tip, actually save the delivery fee by just ordering to go from the bar. So if that is something you're interested, definitely take a peek. But on to the next food. There's 7 restaurants, 3 bars, 2 food trucks, so lots more to come. We are right outside the High Velocity Bar, and there's so many games. I know there's checkers, there's the one where you slide it on sand. Totally, as soon as I go on camera, I forget the names of all these games. Just happened to be in the Bahamas. But there are a couple of pool tables back here. I was gonna show you, they're right off that main seating area. And there's 2 of them. They're so nice, and plenty of TVs, so you're not gonna miss sports either while you're at the Crooked Branch Bar. But like I said, there was so many people here last night. This place really comes alive right now. There's just too much to do outside during the day to be in here, but we're gonna keep going. Finally, we make it outside. It's pretty hot, but if you wanted to take a break from the AC, this is a great opportunity to. It is incredibly landscaped. The restaurant that I first toured you over is over there. The High Velocity is over there. And we came in from up above into the lobby and checked in. And so this is what greets you in the distance. There is a beautiful, calming waterfall as well. I was out here last night after the sun went down and it was a little bit cooler, and I hung out here for hours. It was amazing. And it's actually a bird sanctuary from what I read. So there's chirping birds everywhere, but it kind of gives that Hawaii feel with the temperature and the light breeze. My room is actually up above. I can see down at this gorgeous view that overlooks the golf course in the distance. But I wanted to point out one of the food trucks. This is for barbecue. There's also more of a healthier food truck that's available. But a thing to note is I came in the middle of the week. That's the way we booked this trip, on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And a lot of these things are only on the weekend for their high quantity of people showing up. Obviously it makes sense. Those are the high bookings. But if you are trying to save a couple bucks, book in the middle of the week, some of these things won't be available to you. So maybe you should cascade it into the weekend and book half in the week and half in the weekend so you can get some brisket. We have made it to 18 Oaks, if you can see this. Right now it's lunchtime, so there's a couple people at the bar. I did some pans for you guys, trying to be quiet in one of the side rooms that looks stunning. You could have a private party in this room. But also at evening time, in the evening, it turns into more of a steakhouse, more luxurious steak. Texas makes sense. But ladies, just so you know, this is detached from the main hotel. So the majority of the restaurants were on one side of the hotel. This is on the opposite side. Keep walking, detached next to the golf course. And there's actually a golf gift shop that you can walk through too. But if you're coming to dinner and you're wearing heels, just know you're in for a walk. Like I said, this is the clubhouse, the 18 Oaks. It's behind me. It does have its own driveway, so I'm thinking that the food is just so good that people actually drive to this resort to have it, even if they're not staying here. But you can see that the resort is in the background, so like I said, it's a bit of a walk. I'm in tennis shoes, so it doesn't matter to me, but just a heads up to you ladies. But next up, before we make it to our next restaurant, which is in the water park, which I was saving, I wanted to show you some of the amenities, like the spa that this hotel has to offer, as well as the gym. Oh, it's stunning, and a couple other things. So let's get into it. The Lantana Spa is also detached, but I found this nice patio because it's so quiet in there and smells so good. But I wanted to show you, it has its own private pool, it has its own private gym, it has its own private restaurant, and if you wanted to get a day pass here to use the sauna, the gym, and kind of some of the spa amenities, you can buy that for, I want to say $40, but the cheat code is if you buy a treatment with them and then you get pampered, you get full access all day long anyways. So if you're local coming in, then you can check it out, or if you're staying here and mama needs a spa day, daddy needs a spa day, come on in. So the restaurant at the spa is the Replenish, and it is categorized as healthier food, poke bowls, salads, but I did see 3 desserts and a wine menu. So I don't know, but if you're trying to err on the healthier side, I would say check it out. Come here just for that instead of taking advantage of the spa, but totally up to you. Again, we made it back to the lobby. So down that hallway, really long hallway, you go out to the spa and 18 Oaks and the golf shop and probably the golf course. And down this hallway, we're going to the fitness center. Now you did see that the fitness center was in the golf course place, but also the one that's built into the hotel is so nice, but it's down like a really dark hallway where all the rooms are, so it's kind of off the beaten path. So I did use the gym this morning. It is beautiful. It has stair steppers, it has ellipticals, treadmills, everything you could want, and a bunch of it. So I recommend if you're into the gym, this one has a good one. You can, like I said in the last clip, not the golf course place, but you can go to the spa and they have an extra gym, but this one actually looks nicer. So I would come here if I was you. It's never been that full to me with a bunch of people because there are so many cardio machines and a lifting area, stretching area, so it will probably be okay. But guys, we haven't even made it to the water park. There's still so much to do. That is the main attraction, why people come here. 90 acres worth of water park, so that's coming up next. Wait, I found a detour. This is a kiddie casino, as I've heard people call it. No, it's a game room with a bunch of arcades. It's right off the gym, like literally one door away. That's why I popped in here, I saw it. If the kids are running free, because this is such a secluded area and enclosed, then you can send them down here, maybe with some coins. I didn't even see if it's probably quarter operated, but there's 2 more restaurants and the gift shop, and then the water park, and then the room review. Sometimes I forget to do that, guys, but I'm being extra today. I'm gonna give it to you all. What would any resort be in America without a Starbucks? I'm trying to find the logo, it's somewhere in the background, but they have an operating Starbucks all day long, and then right across the hallway is this gift shop. It's like 3 more windows that way. But I wanted to point out, because I said it was so isolated, you don't leave once you get here. If you get late night munchies, they have a wall of chips and even more treats over there. So late night treats, I think it closes at 10, but there's so many different souvenirs. I'll dip in here for you guys to see. Lots of shoes, lots of shirts, lots of golf stuff. Guys, we made it to the River Buff Water Experience. I call it a water park, they call it a water experience, same. It's got a lazy river that's over 1,000 feet long. It usually takes you about 20 minutes to get through. It has water slides in the distance, some that drop out from the bottom of the floor. There's, I wanna say 6 pools, 9 acres worth of water fun to have here. There's even a sandy area and an infinity pool in the adults only area that overlooks the golf course. But enough talking, I think we should see a couple things. If I was you, I'd be changing into a bathing suit right about now, but there's tube rides, lots of tubes to choose from, and then you can take the tubes and go over to the lazy river. But also in the distance, if you can see it in that giant tower, those are body water slides, so they have a little bit of everything. But the tube rides look like they're intertwined into the landscaping. It looks really cool. I'd say I'm as central with the best view of the water park as possible. There's the kiddie area behind me, the lazy river that has the tube rides incorporated in it behind me as well. And then right across the pathway is the infinity pool where there is the adults only area, and there's even a hot tub, although it's a smidge too hot to use that right now in my opinion, but I haven't gotten into the water yet, so maybe there's a time and place. But here's a better view of the infinity pool. It looks off into the golf course. What a great view. One thing I'll say is there is so much empty seating and there's a bunch of cabanas you can buy in the distance if you wanted a little more exclusivity. But even on cruise ships and some water parks, it's really hard. You have to get here early, stake your spot, put all your stuff down to make sure that you have a seat. But here, like I said before, the hotel is totally full to capacity. Every room is rented, and look at all these empty chairs around me. So if you come here, it's included in your hotel stay. You have an orange band, although I have seen a lot of people not wearing them. But you can buy a day pass. Like we had family that lived nearby, and if we were gonna invite them to come along with us, we would have bought a day pass. I think it's like $40, $50 per person. And then they would have the bands and they can come hang out too. But there's just such a variety. You have things to do for all ages, for the golfer in the family, for the spa enthusiast, for the water park enjoyer. I love a good property map that gives you the layout. It always reminds me of malls. You are here, so as soon as you enter, you're greeted with the river top restaurant, which is kind of what I just showed. There's some people there, so I wanted to be respectful, but you can grab your drinks. There's even slushy machines and get them on the go, get some bites. But the main pool has, just for a hangout, a centralized location. They have the water park slides where it's just your body or the tubes, the lazy river, the rides built into the lazy river. There's even a sandy area that I couldn't find. This place is just so big. I think I've walked nearly 5 miles today going around. But next up is the room tour. How much this place costs? So we're almost there, guys. Before we go inside the room, I just want to have a disclaimer that says we went pretty luxurious, pretty spacious for our room, and somehow we ended up with the handicap unit. So it's a little different, I feel like, than some of the, that's not our door, some of the other rooms that you might have. But I mean, why not see the handicap unit and go from there? So first greets you is the coffee set, which we totally used this morning. Complimentary waters, my love language. And then nice mirror so you can double check yourself before you go out the door. Another mirror so you can see the whole outfit. Heads up, I mean thumbs up. Then we have the bathroom. Very, very spacious, as you can tell. Beautiful, nice vanity, and the handicap accessible seat that we have not tried out, but who knows, we're staying here for a couple more nights. But I love the view, the airy, the headboard. So it goes the span of the wall, the wallpaper, and then the headboard. So many plugins, guys. That is a failure of so many hotels where they only have one or they only have the USB cords. This has like 5 gajillion. Marriott, you're doing it right. And then we have this desk, which I actually did a lot of work at instead of this desk, but I like the him and her factor. I like the couch so we could put our suitcases on it. The queen size bed, very comfortable, lots of fluffy pillows, but it comes to the view. We did get a Juliet balcony so you can oversee the water park. It's just a little baby step out, but to me, it's so much better than just having a window that you can actually take in the Texas air and melt, but see what you have in store in the distance. But overall, guys, let me turn this way. This has been so much fun. I was bobbing and weaving inside of really populated places, but I wanted to get you guys the footage. Overall, Is this hotel amazing? Absolutely. How much is it per night? Between $400 and $600. It's more on the spendy side. But if you calculate all the restaurant options, the golf courses, I don't even think I mentioned that one of the golf courses is PGA approved, but the water park, and then having maybe some family visit or make it into a day trip, bring your own beverages or food and coolers, and just make a weekend out of it with your family. Overall, I think that it's definitely worth it to stay here. I'm thankful we're here. I can't wait to try the water because I haven't, and it's so hot outside. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful in whether you book this hotel or not the next time you're in San Antonio and need a water park in your life. But make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate you. Mitch will see you on the next one. And coming up in the distance in months to come is Bora Bora.